All right, what's going on, guys? I'm very happy to bring it on right now. My guy, Jameel Rideout. Before we begin, make sure you guys give me a follow on Instagram at iHoopsFL. That's where I post all the highlights, all the best
Until that.
you guys ever got. So definitely make sure to give me a follow on there. But anyways, let's get right into this interview. And I understand you go to Berkmar High School, Quavo's alma mater. So we talk about what it's like trying to continue on the legacy that he's left there for you guys.
Definitely. Not more. It's not much so much the legacy, but just trying to like keep that basketball reputation up higher. I don't know how good they was back when he went there, but we definitely try to play out in his name, play for Team Huncho, continue to keep it going, make the school good, keep playing, keep getting better, stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess it's not really the legacy, but it's just when I ask people like who's Berkmar High School, and they told me, oh, it's where Quavo went. That's what people told me. I never heard of Berkmar High School before, and I asked yeah,
Right.
that's Quavo's school. So that's kind of how I knew. So it's more like just the reputation he's left, how you've kind of been able
Right.
to move up to that, because now you got a really really big alumni over there.
Right.
That's kind of like just what's every game you play to, people just kind of now know about you guys because of him.
Right. Definitely. Yeah. Just like we're like when we step on the floor, we like a reputation of him. Like you said, not too many people really know about Berkman High School unless you say Quavo's name or he went to that high school. But definitely, we're on the court. Like he does a lot for us, a lot for the guys, so a lot for the school, the locker room, stuff like that. So we definitely try to go out there and play, make him proud, and make the school look good.
And doesn't he sponsor you guys too, like your jerseys and everything like that? Like, isn't his logo on your jerseys?
Yeah, it is. The Legends brand logo is on some of our jerseys and our warm ups, stuff like that, socks. They do a lot of stuff for us.
And so just like how crazy is that seeing because I honestly like at least something if I had to pick like a dream collab for like my brand and something else, I probably wouldn't say Nike. I'd probably say like what like just some like, any famous rapper pretty much. Like I find it so dope. We could kind of
Right.
come back to with rap and sports and talk about like what's it like when you're playing basketball, you kind of look in your chest and you see that Quavo logo there, just what's that feeling like?
It's definitely a good feeling. I try not to like really pay too much attention to it because during the game, I'm locked in playing and stuff like that. But definitely, like when you sit back and look at it, it's like a blessing to be in that situation and have that jersey on and be able to represent those guys.
And off camera a little bit, we were talking about some drip. You told me like you got the shirt, like matching outfit. Obviously you're definitely a hype beast to some extent. What's maybe like the coolest item you've gotten? With that Quavo logo on it.
What you mean? What you mean?
Like I guess like is this like sweatshirt that's super cool, or I don't know,
It's
like one of your
definitely
jerseys? What's the coolest thing you ever gotten?
that's tough. Uh, it's probably we got a lot of stuff moving out to Cali. A lot of like Team Huncho shirts and shorts and stuff like that. I got a hoodie in my closet too. That it's a Huncho hoodie. I like it a lot though. It's black, but it got these Huncho like words. I had to show it to you. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, that's definitely pretty dope. But I'm assuming like does that stuff even like could I even buy that, or is that like super exclusive? Only for you guys.
Nah, I'm not sure actually. I would have to check like the Legends website and stuff like that. But me, you can set something up though. I got you.
Yeah, and I was wondering, like, because I mean, that's kind of crazy being a high school kid. Like, if you were getting that exclusive gear, like, because the EYBL stuff is kind of like exclusive, but I think there's like a lot of plugs ish for that. But
Yeah.
but in terms of like his stuff, I mean, there's no, it's not like you go to the mall and there's a Huncho store. Like
Right.
that's stuff like super exclusive. So I mean, yeah, that stuff like, like drop out of school right now, like sell that thing for like 100K, biggest fan. There.
Right. It's definitely some people out there.
Yeah, and I guess I want to ask. How do you like say is Quavo one of your favorite rappers? You would say?
Yeah, he definitely. I don't really listen to him too much now, but he definitely is in like that top list for me. Top list of rappers for me.
And I'm sure the games now like aren't too packed, but when I'm sure they play Quavo a lot at your school. I'm just gonna guess they do, because that'd be kind of rude if they didn't. Like, what's the game atmosphere like? And they're playing some of his best songs.
Of course, they get the crowd hype, everybody into it. Like when we come out, when they announce our names and stuff like that, they cut our lights off. They play a couple of his songs. the crowd get hyped, stuff like that. It's a good atmosphere though. Like, like he's the face of that school, really. So.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, do you have a video of your school's entrance? Because I'm the announcer for my school, and we do not turn the lights off. It's kind of basic, but I mean I'm pretty hyped. Like I make it good. But the one thing we need is like the lights. So I just want to see like what a cool high school entrance is looking like. Do you have that on video at all?
Yeah, I definitely do. I can send it to you.
Yeah, all right, Beck. That's definitely something I want to see. And a quick little funnyish question: Can you rap at all like Quavo?
Nah, I can't rap like Quavo.
No, you can't spit like any couple bars. You got nothing.
I had to sit down and think. I probably got a little something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, if you have to sit down and think, then you're definitely not.
Yeah, nah, I'm not up there with him.
Yeah. Is anyone on your team kind of trying to follow in his footsteps at all? You got any like SoundCloud rappers on the team?
Actually, yeah, we do got one. My guy named Zaire, but he's not a SoundCloud rapper though. He's a little better than that.
Okay. So then what is it, like Spotify rapper?
Yeah, Apple Music, all that. You gotta check him out.
Okay, all right. I'll definitely. I'll definitely. Is it like genuinely like will I be impressed or am I gonna be kind of let down?
Yeah. Nah, you'll be impressed. You'll be impressed for sure.
All right. I'll have to let you know. And just how's the season been going so far?
The season's been decent. Every day I think we get better overall as a unit. We lost some early games that we probably shouldn't have lost. I don't think we should have lost with the talent that we got. But we're still figuring it out. Like, this is a completely brand new team. Like, we're still trying to figure out each other's personalities, still learn each other, trying to get chemistry off the court as much as on the court. But I think, like, we're getting better every day, building the chemistry. I think once it's all said and done, we'll be good.
And talking about your journey a little bit, being a junior, did you play JV basketball at all, or were you always, varsity ever since freshman year?
No, I've been on varsity since my freshman year. My freshman year, I played like Southern Georgia. They got thing like 5 quarters, so you get like 5 quarters between JV and varsity. So like I do like a quarter of JV and then 4 quarters of varsity or something like that, just for a little extra reps. But I never really played JV too much.
Yeah, I was wondering because if you were like that was kind of cool how you went from playing JV basketball to the varsity level and getting yourself tons of exposure, which I think is it's not rare, but not many guys kind of do that. So I was just trying to see, but being a 4-year varsity player, what's his been? Or sorry, 3-year, I guess, because you're a junior. Just playing varsity, that was his second year. What's that all been like?
It's been a great experience. Like coming into high school playing varsity, it's like a whole different atmosphere of basketball. You got guys bigger, faster, stronger, but it's also like you're taking in too, and you're getting like a taste. Like my freshman year, Coach Cabral Huff, he coached college basketball, so
yeah,
he gave us like a taste at the next level. So like it was definitely a great experience. I loved it. And varsity, I mean, it comes with a lot, but it's a great place to be at.
And each year, I'm sure you're playing varsity basketball. At least I see it with my school and my guys. Like their freshman year, they're this player. Then the sophomore year, they get a little bit better. Then junior year as well. They just keep progressing, and it is really cool seeing as how much better they get every single year. Like you think like it's all like it doesn't make sense as how much better they get from year to year. What's maybe the biggest improvement you've made from your freshman year to now?
Definitely offensively. Like coming in my freshman year on varsity, I could barely score for real. It was like way different. Like I wasn't strong enough at first. Had to get faster. Had to get bigger. Had to like learn how to take the bump. A lot of stuff. But like now I think I averaged about 15 points. But like freshman year, I probably averaged 2 points at that. Like it was just crazy. But now I'm like coming into my own and seeing a lot of different things on the court and really learning.
Yeah, it's definitely tough for sure. And do you have a favorite game from the season so far that you've played in, or is there a game that you're really looking forward to for the rest of the season?
Favorite game. I guess right now it'll probably be the Cherokee game or that Milton game we played at Hoops Given. Those 2 games were really fun and exciting. Even though we lost a Milton game, it was still a fun game, good experience, stuff like that. And then a game I'm looking forward to is definitely, I think we got Kel scheduled January 2nd. So that's Scooter and them. So you're not ready for that one.
Yeah, you think because I mean they've been on a hot streak. I was honestly, I was very impressed, but before the game and even like at halftime, I didn't think they were gonna win. I still can't, obviously, because I'm like busy on the sidelines. I can't really focus and lock in. So I don't like. I still can't figure out how they were able to win. Like I'm still slightly surprised that they got that done. Like I'm really impressed. But you said, I guess to be on the lookout for that one. Can you tell us, why you said that?
Definitely. For obvious reasons, it's Scooter Henderson. We played a couple of times before, but I think now I'm really like before I wasn't like I've been getting better and better and better throughout the summer, and before I wasn't really too sound offensively, and didn't have the confidence that I have now offensively. So I think now with the way I've been playing and the player that I am right now, I think it'd definitely be a better matchup.
And I doubt. I'm sure this will be like hard for you to admit, but would you say that Kel, like what would you maybe say besides maybe your team is like the best team in Georgia right now?
Millen, you got to give props to the Millen guys.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
knocked us off.
I think they're tough. They're probably my favorite team.
Yeah,
From all hoops giving. I love the way they play personally.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they. Or sorry. You can finish.
No, I was about to just say you got to get props when they knocked off us. They knocked off Grayson, who they had ranked above them. I think they lost to McKeecher by 1 point or 2 points or something like that. Well, I mean, they just play so well and play so sound together. So they're definitely a fun team to watch.
Yeah, I just love like Bruce. I mean, I think he's tough, and Kendall too. Like they're just like the way they play. They play so hard. Like that's what I like about them. Like you could see like I think in one of the first plays of the game, like and one for Bruce. Like there's always going out. They all both have extremely high motors. That's why I like when I watch them. Personally, just like Scoot. Not Scoot. Bruce and Kendall. They're super tough in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they definitely are.
Yeah, but don't you guys have a nice 2022 duo too with you and wait, is the guy's name Malik? Is that his name?
Yeah, Malik. Yeah.
Yeah, can you talk about that duo with you guys?
Malik is like he's definitely a super skilled player. It's really fun playing with him as we I'm still learning him too as well. To like I don't know if you've seen the highlights from the previous game we just played, but like threw like 3 lobs to him within like the first 5 minutes of the game. But like as our chemistry builds and we really learn each other and our tendencies and stuff like that, I think it's gonna be really hard to stop the two of us.
Yeah, and isn't he at least like he seems like he's like huge? Like is he like humongous?
Yeah, yeah, he is tall. He's super tall. He's like 6'9", 6'10".
Yeah, but not even that. Just like his build in general, I at least personally like I think he has like a really great size. Which hopefully could translate. I'm sure is he all? Would you say he's all slow-ish? Like I can't really like dive into the way he plays, but I guess how fast he is.
I think he's fast, but he plays the game so slow at his size because when you're that big, you can move slow
like,
as you want to.
It's easy. It's easy.
Yeah, so I think that's another advantage he has over a lot of guys. And nobody really plays that slow, and he really takes his time and sees everybody and sees the floor. He does a great job at it.
And when you guys do get to that like full potential that you kind of mentioned, like how unstoppable will you guys be on the court together?
I think it's gonna be crazy. I think like once the chemistry builds overall as a team for all of us, I think we should win a state championship.
But this isn't your first year playing for Berkmar, is it?
It is. It is.
Okay. Wait, were you at Holy Innocents? Like
No. I was at South Cobb.
Wait, you were in South Carolina?
No, I was at South Cobb High School, the school that Zaka went to. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but then how do you just real quick, like how do you know Coach Huff then? Because wasn't he at Holy Innocents?
He was at Duluth before he was at Holy Innocents.
Oh, but then you were at neither of those schools though.
No, I was at Duluth my freshman year. I went from Duluth to South Cobb, and now I'm at Berkmar.
Okay, so I mean that's really interesting in itself. Just playing at different high school every single year. Can you talk about what that journey's been like?
It's been crazy. A lot of people and a lot of coaches and stuff don't necessarily agree with it, but not everybody really sees it and really knows the thing that goes on behind closed doors and like the decisions me and my family make and what's better for us and our living situation and stuff like that. But it's been good. Like the experience has always been good to me. I try not to listen to those things too much. But I learned like a lot of different players, a lot of different like ways players play, different coaching styles, stuff like that.
And no hate to you, but me personally, I'm one of those guys where I'm like, you really can't just commit to high school. Like, no offense to you, but I don't know. I'm just kind of one of those guys. Like, I think it's, well, I guess for you, just because you're staying locally, it's not as obnoxious. But for some players that I'm sure you definitely know that I'm not gonna say their name, like, where they go like going back and forth across the country every year, like, switching schools like twice in the same year. Like, I just think like, come on, like that. I mean, that just kind of shows something about you sometimes. So can you talk about like how I guess again you have to handle those haters that kind of almost have the same mindset that I have about guys that's transferring high schools every single
year? Yeah, it's definitely something that I hear and see like right in front of my face. A lot of people around me, try to talk about those kind of things and say those type of things, but I just don't zone out and just focus on my goal and what I'm trying to achieve.
And I don't know what your future plans are, at least for your senior season, but are you planning on sticking with Berkmar, or is there any chance you may go someplace else too? Maybe even on like one of those like more prep teams to get you on a more national schedule. Is that something you're considering, or do you think you're going to stick it out with Berkmar?
Yeah, me and my dad, when we sat down and made this move here, we agreed that wherever I go to my junior year is where I'm going to finish high school at. So I definitely plan on staying at Berkmar.
So how much harder of a decision was that then, since you knew like whatever school I pick, I'm gonna have to stick with it for another year? How much harder was that decision?
It was, yeah, it made the decision tougher. I had to really look in and do some research on the schools and the options that I had. And, seeing that it was me, Jamari Hill, Malik, and Fats. I mean, Malik and Destin. It definitely, we're all juniors, so it definitely made the decision a lot easier and made it a lot more reasonable to come over here.
Yeah. So wait, what is there starting five all juniors, or how many juniors are in your starting five?
Four of us are juniors, and then we got one senior, Dara.
Oh yeah. So the next year guys are gonna be like tough then.
Yeah, we should be.
Yeah, I mean that's probably gonna be insane. But straying away from the high school stuff now, what was it like playing against the Atlanta Celtics with Mikey Williams and J.D. Davidson both on the same team?
It was a super fun experience. Going into the game, at least me personally, I don't really care too much about the other team or the guys I'm going against or the names that they have. My goal is to go in there and get it done every night. So going into that game, I was just ready to play. I was locked in.
I guess it was kind of simple as that. You were just locked in for that game.
Huh?
I said it's as simple as that. You were just locked in for that big time game like that. There was like not really
Yeah.
too much like the night before where you kind of up like, because I mean Mikey Williams, J.D. Davidson are probably in top five of the most hyped up players this season for high school basketball, both on the same team. I mean, like I don't know how I'd be able to sleep knowing I'm playing them the next day. Like that, you just kind of handle like business as usual.
Yeah, of course my phone was blowing up. Like everybody, like, oh, you playing Mikey and JD tomorrow? You ready? You ready? You ready? But yeah, I didn't lose no sleep about it. I was ready to play, so I slept fine.
Yeah, and didn't the game didn't it end up being close too?
Yeah, we ended up losing by a little bit. We were up the whole game actually, and then they made a late run. We went in a little drought, and they ended up winning the game.
Yeah, and were you guarding Mikey or Jay Davidson for a good amount of the game, or who were you
I was
matched up
guarding. I was guarding Mikey. I was guarding Mikey.
Yeah, so was there any sort of like trash talk going on between you two, or are you kind of one of those quiet players? And you're going a guy like him, especially just because 5-star, top 5 player in his class now. I'm sure it's extremely tough, matchup for you, unless you're just one of those like gifted defenders. But what do you have to do to kind of make sure like he can't kind of go off like what people would expect?
When I'm playing, I just make sure like those type of guys, you just don't let them get started early because those type of guys, they get started early, it's gonna be a long night. So just kind of got into them early and didn't really let them get a rhythm or a feel for the game.
For sure. And was that maybe, I guess, your favorite game of your whole career? That you've ever played in before, or do you ever have another one?
Nah, I would say last year the rivalry between South Carolina and Pebblebrook was my favorite game that I played in. Like sold out crowd, no standing room, no sitting room. It was crazy. Atmosphere was crazy.
Yeah, I think the term you're looking for, I think it was standing room only. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure. Like, I mean, I'm like in love with Atlanta basketball. Not even because like the way it's played, but just like the atmospheres of the games.
Hmm.
I think it's unbelievable. And
Hmm.
actually sticking to atmospheres. So I'm sure Quavo's probably saw you play a few times. Are there any other celebrities I've seen you play before in the past?
Uh, of course, Jacquees came to that Mikey and
Yep.
game. I think Clarence was there. Uh, off the top of my head, I can't really think of too many right now.
Okay, but I'm sure. Like, I heard. I think someone from.
Well,
Oh, what? Sorry, somebody came on. Oh my God, sorry. Somebody got on my nose. My bad. That's crazy. But I think someone. I forgot what team it was. It was either Kel or I think it was either probably Cal. I think it said Lil Baby may pull up. Not Lil Baby, Future. I think Future's pulling up to some
uh,
game soon.
yeah, yeah, he
Yeah.
went to the Wheeler and South Cobb game.
Oh yeah, yeah. He did. Yeah, bro. That Wheeler gym is nice. That's a nice
Yeah,
gym.
yeah, that's what we're supposed to be
Also,
playing.
even the gym, even the Shiloh gym, I thought was nice. I thought that gym
Yeah,
was super nice.
it was, it was really nice.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, bro, I just miss Atlanta so much. Like, I'm gonna keep like just the amount of like talent there was unbelievable, and the amount of people that weren't there that
Yeah,
were like, well, like I just can't get over it, like just how loaded it is over there.
yeah, Atlanta's definitely the place to be.
Yeah, and like the celebrities too. Like you don't really get that in a lot of places. Like maybe like you'll get the basketball players to show up, like the NBA players, but
Hmm.
like like the rappers or the rappers and like all that stuff like showing up. I mean, even though like half the rappers are from Atlanta anyways, but just like I don't know, I just find it unbelievable.
You're right. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, I've never been a part of nothing really like the Atlanta atmosphere too much. Basketball world.
Oh, you say like you haven't been a part of it too much?
Nah, I mean I haven't been a part of anything else that really compares to it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel. I mean, hopefully, like it keeps going up for you because I mean, I'm sure like if you ever go to a game or play in a game where it's like even if you're like in the NBA, like the atmosphere sucks. Like I don't know, I feel like
Hmm.
sometimes like high school basketball games are like a lot better than NBA games in terms of the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's definitely crazy.
Yeah, even like I said like my one thing that I would say would be the reason why Scoots by Kel would be like Norman before the game was like if they somehow packed it with all like his school, then I think for
Mhm.
sure it would be like a blow. Even though it did kind of end up being a not a blowout in the end, but they
Right.
really pulled away. But because when they were playing J.E. Davidson, like those kids were going crazy. Like I don't know if you were there for. I don't think you were there for that, but like they were going pretty crazy, and there were only like 20 of them or something like that. But then when he played Mikey, like you saw the guy got arrested too or whatever. And
Yeah. Yeah, I
yeah,
did see
were you
that.
near him? Like, what was that for? I have no idea.
No, I wasn't over there. I wasn't over there at the time.
Okay, well, yeah, that game, like I still can't get over like they storm the core, like Anthony Edwards like 6 feet away from me. Like I mean I could have like fell backwards and, like dropped on him. I mean
All right.
that that would have been insane. But talking more about you and yourself as a basketball player, would you consider yourself the best up and coming prospect in Atlanta?
Definitely, yeah. You asked me, yeah. I think a lot of players who they really talk about and really praise so much have peaked, and I think it's a lot of more room for me to grow and add a lot of stuff I can add to my game still. So I definitely, me personally, I think I'm the best player coming up.
And you said how there's still like a lot more room for you to grow. How are you kind of handling because even though you still got time, like at the
Hmm.
same time, like the clock's ticking and it's going by fast. So how are you handling like just trying to peak at the perfect time where you still have time to play and show people for a decent amount of time, like this to be at my full potential. At the same time, you still know you got a long way to go to get there. Like,
Definitely.
how are you handling that going on?
Definitely, I keep it in the back of my mind, but every day, regardless of what's going on, I try to get better every day, and that's the end goal: get better every day and keep progressing, adding stuff, and focus on things I got to work on. And at the same time, make sure that I'm pacing myself and doing it the right way, and not just trying to get that quick fame or those quick goals.
And I'm sure again, like with someone famous like Quavo, kind of the face of your school, like even myself, like I just want to get famous fast. Like that's kind of what I'm trying to do. Like I just want to have big break, get famous. I mean that's kind of what a lot of people want. So once you
Hmm.
get famous, like Mikey does not need to be. He could suck at basketball, but he'll
Right.
be fine. Like he could not play basketball and probably be fine, just because the amount of fame he has. So like, how are you trying to not try to blow up and just kind of stay the course? Like how have you been able to do that?
Definitely just locking in. And me and my dad sat down years and years ago and kind of drew up a plan that we had and kind of make sure we focus on the plan, not really go away from it and try to fit in with some of these other guys. Because a lot of that stuff won't last for too long, too long. Like even a lot of guys won't even make it to the next level and really produce at the level that they're doing in high school just because of the way they're doing it and the way that they see the game. But you just got to make sure I continue to do things the right way, and it'll work out.
And can we talk about the role your dad's had for your basketball career? Because I mean, you said you guys sat down, had a long conversation. I was going to talk about the role he's had in your basketball career.
He's definitely had the largest impact on my basketball career than anyone else that I know. He's like I would give all praise and glory to him. He really made me the player who I am today, the person even. Him and my parents and my family, but yeah, he's always believed in me and just pushed me to limits I didn't think I could reach, and just continues still every day to keep pushing me and doing what he does for me has been crazy. The moves and sacrifices, everything that he does.
And do you think you maybe like just take us through that talk you had with your dad when you guys kind of came up with that plan for you to be the greatest player you could be, just how that all went down?
Yeah. Wait, what'd you say?
Can you like take us through that conversation?
Yeah. Sit down. Like years ago, when coming up, you start to see some of those guys who have that fame and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
when you say years ago, like what grade were you in?
Uh, I would say probably about like fifth grade.
Oh wow, so this is like a minute ago.
Yeah. Fifth, sixth
That,
grade.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what you like? How did you guys know basketball was something you could really take seriously? Because a lot of fifth graders want to go to the NBA. A lot of them want to play Division I basketball. Like how did you guys know you kind of had a shot at it?
So to be honest, around like fifth, sixth grade, I wasn't that tall. I was really small, and I played football for a while, and I didn't really take basketball too serious. And I would say probably about my seventh, eighth grade year, uh, really my eighth grade year, and in middle school, I averaged about like 31 points, and like the high school coaches were coming to talk to me and told me that I could be really special and be like guys at the high school that were about to go to college, and they see potential in me. And then even I started to like come across some college coaches' radars as an eighth grader. So it was like crazy. Like my eyes was like I could really do this. I could really make this thing work. My dad just asked me what something I really wanted to do, and once I told him yeah, we just locked in ever since.
And is your dad like did he play college basketball or something like that? Like how do you kind of have that right mentality where because I'm sure if it was kind of you on your own, your dad was just normal, normal person, like didn't really understand like the athlete grind. Like did he have any background in sports or stuff like that? Where because he obviously gets the business.
Yeah, so my dad, he played varsity basketball. He grew up in North Philadelphia, so a lot of opportunities and stuff aren't really the same and forwarded to kids and people out there that forwarded to us here in Landon. Like we live a lot better than they do out there. And but yeah, like as I told him, like we want to lock in ever since, like he just really started to take it serious. And he even started to try to learn about like what he got to do to get me to the next level, workouts, colleges. He started to look at some of the guys' paths that we wanted to follow and really be a part of like routes like that.
Yeah, that is definitely clutch. Having a dad like that, and you mentioned him like kind of seeing stuff about schools and all that stuff. Can you tell us like which schools have been showing you a ton of interest recently?
Most recently, talked to Princeton a lot, talked to Charleston Southern a lot, talked to Lehigh, talked to Georgia State, talked to Virginia Tech a lot. I talked to UGA previously. I haven't really talked to them too much recently. Uh, Talked to Georgia Tech. It's a lot of colleges I reached out to and that reached out to me. And Middle Tennessee reached out. It's a lot of coaches that talk to me and reach out and just have a conversation, try to build those bonds.
Yeah, that's probably pretty dope, and those are some pretty good schools for sure. But my final question for you is, I just want to know what are your high school and career goals?
High school goals. So for this season, of course, I want to try to be Region Player of the Year and first team All Region. Definitely, the number one goal at the top of the list is try to win a state championship before it's all said and done. I know, like, I want to have a certain amount of points, career points, and steals, and rebounds and assists before I graduate, and just really could say I got better every year throughout high school. Like a lot of progress, a ton of growth.
And what about for your career overall? Like even outside of basketball too, just like what do you want? Not when your life all said and done, but maybe like once you end up retiring, like like what are I guess your goals for the future?
Definitely. Outside of basketball, of course, my number one goal. I want to make sure that my mom never got to work again. She did a lot for me. Want to make sure that my family's good. Like when it's all said and done, they all sacrificed a lot for me to get to this point, and I just want to make sure that they can sit back and really know that it went how it was supposed to. It went the right way. Like it wasn't for nothing.
Yeah, it's a big time. And before we end the interview, is there anything you want to plug or anybody you want to shout out?
Definitely want to shout out my parents. Shout out to my cousins, my family, everybody back home in Philly. Shout out to everybody that just supports me and continues to check up on me and make sure that I'm good. And I just wanted to know I got them too.
That's awesome, man. I just want to make sure real quick. I gotta confirm your name is it's Jameel, right?
Yes.
All right, Scott, just gotta make sure. But anyways, make sure you guys give us a follow on Instagram at the Jameel Rideout. No underscores, no periods, no nothing. Just at Jameel. Just at the Jameel Rideout. And I'm at iHoopsFL. And anyways, for 2022 Berkmar High School point guard Jameel Rideout, I'm Isaac Fleischer. This has been another iHoopsFL interview. Peace out, guys.